November finally arrived. Thomas and I both agreed that this is one of our favorite times of the year. The next few weeks should give us some of the best hunting of the entire year.
Thomas and I just got set up in the tree, and we are excited about this sit. We're on the south end of our property, kind of south central. We snuck in from the southwest corner of our property and kind of crossed through this creek and right up into our tree stand, which is kind of on this ridge. But anyways, getting up here, I was bringing up my bow and Thomas got my attention. There were 2 does that walked over about 40 yards, and that's a really good sign. We're just right off of bedding, and I could see a few new rubs that popped up in this area, so we're really hoping to see some action in here. It should be perfect in this big timber set. Hey everybody, Thomas and I are really excited for this hunt tonight. We're on like our favorite tree stand on the whole property, south central area. We're hoping for anything positive this morning. Last morning on the hunt this week. Thomas and I are heading back for the weekend. We just have some things we need to do.
This was our first year hunting Kansas. In Nebraska, we usually expect the rut during the first 2 weeks of November. We were expecting the timing to be similar in Kansas, but we found it to be very different. From late October to the middle of November, we had very little action, but we knew there were great bucks in the area. During the rut, the best thing to do is spend time in the tree, so that is exactly what we did.
Left to sit in the stand, so hopefully something mature walks by. and I snuck into this kind of north central area. We're kind of just east of our bean field, probably 150 yards, 100 yards. I gotta believe deer are gonna be moving this morning. It's mid-20s, so we have a bunch of intersecting trails in front of us here, and praying that one of the big boys makes a decision to come through one of those. That would really make us happy. I just did a rattling sequence, and one of our Spartans just a little south of us got triggered that a buck's on his way, one of our shooters, so we're going to be keeping our eye out. Thomas and I have been sitting here since before the sun rose. Really, we've had some action. It hasn't been insane. We've had a few young bucks come through, and a few chasers. So we've got 2 hours, a little under 2 hours left in this hunt. So we're just gonna wait it out. Hopefully one comes cruising through.
Bucks are moving, and we're heading down to Kansas. It's time.
It is Thursday, November 21st. 2 days ago, we got a text from our landowner to the north saying that the neighbor across the road from us shot a monster. When I heard that, I thought to myself, there's only one monster that I know of. There's a lot of great bucks, but there's only one monster. And sure enough, he sent me a picture of our number one buck, Primero. Dead. I have a few things to say about that. First thing is it's just a deer, not a big deal. It's a bummer, of course, but it's just a deer. It's a wild animal, you know. It's a beauty of a deer. They rough scored him at 178 inches. I thought he was going to be in that 180 ballpark, so heck of a deer. Heck of a deer. Congrats to the guy that shot him. So our minds kind of shifted. We've had a few mature bucks on camera. Nothing huge, but they're mature, so we'll take them. And actually, they're on camera today. This, in my mind, this is kind of a risky sit with just what we're doing with the wind. Like, we wouldn't have done this sit with this wind early season just because we wanted to keep the pressure light. But right now, we're getting, I'd say, a little bit on the desperate side. So we're on this food source. We're on this food source, and we know does have been hitting it. So big cold front came through, low temps, windy. Everything says it should be a good night. we've had a bunch of does and one young buck file into our bean field. They're staying on the north edge of it, but it's really good to be watching that many deer. We've got time for a big giant to come out too. Got a giant in the field. Some bucks we have only a few trail cam pics up. Tommy's at 60. I'm gonna hit some grunts.
This was one of the greatest whitetail buck encounters I have ever had. I came super close to releasing an arrow. I had a shot opportunity at 50 yards, but I knew the odds were good for a closer shot. As he began to come closer, he hugged the field edge, where tree branches blocked my shot. He came all the way to about 10 yards. When he was at about 10 yards, he looked up into the tree and knew something was off. He trotted to about 25 or 30 yards, but still, there was no shot opportunity.
and I are in our south set today. We just slipped in here. It's maybe 2 p.m. As soon as we were getting set up, I spotted 2 does kind of to our northeast, and we watched them kind of walk off, and then I heard something behind me, turned around, and it is one of our shooters. Big, heavy 8-point, definitely mature. And he just skirted us on the east side of us. Just closest he got was maybe 80 yards. Skirted us and went on that same path that those does did. So that's good. We're actually not even hunting that buck. We've only had a handful of pictures of him the entire year. We're in here for a different buck that we call the club buck. He has a bunch of points at the end of his right main beam, and when he was in velvet, it kind of looked like a club. So there's a few different ones in here. I'd love for that big 8-point to come strolling through here again. So we'll see. Might get some snow here in the next few hours too. Thomas, are you good? Thomas, are you good? Tom?
Bert.
He's gonna go down. Oh my gosh, dude. I cannot believe he came in. Wow. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe we just shot a buck. First saw him to our south. And I was trying to figure out if he was what he was. I don't know if we've ever had pictures of him. He wrapped all the way around us. I tried grunting at him once, didn't care. Came over here. I hit a few more grunts at him. He turned around, a few more. He just came to 20 yards. Just drilled him. Wow. It has been some time. Thank you, Jesus. The last 2 days have been our best days of hunting. Last night we saw a freak of nature. Earlier in this hunt, we saw a mature 5-year-old, and this guy, I think he's 4.5. Oh, man. Coated in blood. It's easy track job when you double lung him. He's right here, probably 50 yards from our stand. Super blessed. Let's go see him. Dang. Awesome buck, man. I'm so happy with that. Oh, man. We noticed we thought he was a big 8-point, but he's got 9th. Super cool deer. He's got a little point off of here, a little point off of little nub right there. Oh man, awesome buck. Oh, he's heavy. What happened? I mean, I did, but I didn't. It was a really crazy month. Thomas and I have been at it really since Halloween. We gave a few full weeks of hunting, and then we had to get back to work a little bit, and we'd look at the weather every week and pick a few days to go down. And last 2 days have been really, really great. Last night we passed up a stud, and then not long into this sit, we had a huge 8-point skirt us, and then this big guy. So I came into the grunt to 23 yards, put my 20 pin on, looked like a double lung, and fell over at about 50 yards in a matter of seconds. So that's the way we like to do it, but we just gotta thank God for this one. He provided this animal for us, and big thanks to Therese, Tom's wife, and my fiance Michaela for letting us come down here and spend so much time, but huge thanks to the parents as well. Buying us 80 acres that has been a dream, man. It has been a straight dream this fall. Thomas and I were trying to think we've ever both filled buck tags in one fall. I think this might be the first year we've ever done it, so pretty special.
I was super thankful and excited to finally put my hands on my first Kansas buck. What a great season it was.